Today on the National Rundown, we'll be talking about homeless tiny homes, what the top search was on Google after Super Tuesday, and a brutal murder involving African American children.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Hello, welcome to the National Rundown. I'm Janae Fachette.
And I'm Amanda Steinberg. The presidential candidates are gaining speed as the election inches closer. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton took the lead in their respective parties on Super Tuesday. Trump dominated his Republican Party rivals by piling up wins in 7 states. Republican hopefuls Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz said they are determined to continue the fight to beat Trump. On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton won 7 states as well, but other presidential hopeful Bernie Sanders is a close second, claiming 5 states. Now let's look at how people in Seattle are coming together for a small project with a big impact.
Cecilia Carey lives with only a heater, a cot, shelves, table, and chair.
If you get too comfortable, then you end up staying in these encampments.
The goal is to get from here to permanent housing. But in the meantime, this is more secure than a tent. Take a close look. Each house is different, built by different groups. Those groups met today to talk about a streamlined way to build them to be safe and cheap. Morgan Riley told us the students in the Seattle Central Carpentry program used advanced framing.
You need to include certain brackets and connectors that you wouldn't have to do otherwise with traditional framing, but in the end, I think it's a net gain of both cost and efficiency.
It also gets more insulation in there. He's excited to be part of this movement, even if requiring this in each council district makes some people nervous.
We're not making it your problem. It's a shared problem of the city, and we are sharing the burden of it.
How about if we look at it as spreading an opportunity?
I think I'm kind of one of the few that feels that way.
So there might be a fight over where to put this.
Right, because we don't have a lot of empty space here.
Many camps have strict rules for security and cleanliness, and other details like whether to have a no drug or alcohol policy can be decided by each council district. For the people who live in Seattle's first tiny house village, their rules are working.
Is a great way to show how human beings can work together in hardship.
Hillary Clinton is in the lead thanks to the support of minority voters. Clinton won more than 90% of black voters in Alabama and Arkansas. She also took over 80% in Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. She won the Latino vote as well, beating Senator Bernie Sanders 71% to 29%. The Supreme Court discusses an important case regarding abortion in Texas. The law would regulate abortion clinics so tightly that many would be forced to close. The 4 liberal justices have made it clear that they would choose to strike down the law.
6 New Jersey Garnet-owned newspapers are disgusted with Chris Christie's decision to endorse Republican frontrunner Donald Trump. Christie's attempt to come back into the spotlight backfired as his supporters plummeted 6%. The local press is asking the governor to resign.
#NeverTrump is trending as a growing number of Republican Party members admit that they do not wish to back Donald Trump in the general election. Some of the diehard GOP members are even saying that they would prefer to back Senator Hillary Clinton. It comes as a shock to some members who are even questioning how Trump was even included as a representative.
Now we're going to toss the ball over to Chet, who will speak to us about Philadelphia sports.
Thanks, Amanda. The Philadelphia Flyers beat the Calgary Flames 5-3 Monday night at the Wells Fargo Center. Braden Shen scored his first career hat trick and helped his team keep pace with the Pittsburgh Penguins in the wild card chase. The Philadelphia Flyers are back in action again tonight, home against the Edmonton Oilers. The Philadelphia Phillies tied the Toronto Blue Jays 4-4 yesterday in preseason action down in Florida. The team has a split day today, with half the team traveling to Clearwater to play the Houston Astros, while the other half of the team is heading to Tampa to face off against the New York Yankees. And finally, the Philadelphia 76ers lost to the Charlotte Hornets 119-99 last night at the Wells Fargo Center. The Sixers have the night off tonight, but they are back in action again tomorrow night at home against the Miami Heat. Now, that's all I have for national sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Donald Trump wins multiple states in Super Tuesday primaries. As a result of the amount of internet searches for how to move to Canada have sharply risen. Many Americans have stated in social media posts and in discussions of a possible Trump nomination. Many Americans now appear to be taking the possibility seriously. As a Black Lives Matter supporter, Chris Rock is receiving backlash from fans after making a racist joke at the Oscars. The stereotype was directed towards Asian and Jewish children being the model minorities good at math.
Some sweet changes for M&M's as they turn 75 today. Mars plans to transition from artificial to natural colors, as well as introducing new colors, flavors, fillings, and even new package designs.
Coming up, get the scoop on the next GOP debate.
Danse, balance la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches, au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence, dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Republican candidate Donald Trump and 2012 candidate Mitt Romney are going at it, after Romney referred to Trump as a phony and a fraud. In a statement, Trump dismissed the remarks when asked by reporters, calling Romney a choke artist and failed candidate. Erin Andrews is back in court again in a case connected to the illegal taping of her changing through her hotel room door in 2009. Andrews was tearful in court as the trial began, and in a bizarre turn of events, the defense team has begun to argue it improved her career.
Now, here's Steven Rodriguez with a recap of the Oscars and how Leo finally won one.
Thanks, Amanda. This past Sunday was the 88th Annual Academy Awards hosted by Chris Rock. Mad Max Fury Road took home the most Oscars with 6 awards, including Best Film Editing, Costume Design, and Makeup and Hairstyling. The Revenant took home 3 awards, including Best Director, and Leonardo DiCaprio took home his first Oscar for Best Actor. Brie Larson took home the award for Best Actress with her role in The Room. However, Spotlight ended up being the real big winners at the Academy Awards, winning the Oscar for Best Picture. Spotlight also took home the award for Best Original Screenplay. That's all I have for entertainment. Back to you guys at the desk.
Mashari will now talk to us about African-American young men that were murdered, the European Union, and an earthquake warning system failure.
Hi, I'm Mishari Idrissi, and welcome to the World News Minute. 2 Muslims and 1 Christian are killed execution style in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Ahmed Mekki, Mohammed Tarib, and Mohammed Taha Omar are the names of the 3 young African-American victims. Local police have ruled out the investigation as a hate crime and have not found a suspect nor a motive. Initial reports on February 24th sparked outrage amongst the international Muslim community, with Twitter users questioning the lack of media coverage. Senior European Union official Donald Tusk issues a stark warning to migrants fleeing poverty or unrest, stating that Europe is not the answer. Statistics show that this is the largest migration crisis on European soil since World War II. However, the EU announced that there were plans for giving over 700 million euros in humanitarian aid. In Jakarta, the warning system put in place in the event of a tsunami mysteriously vanishes. 22 buoys placed in the Indian Ocean have either been stolen, vandalized, or are breaking down. These warning devices cost between $300,000 to $600,000 to replace. Residents of West Sumatra were forced to flee their homes and eventually returned home later.
Rob is here to fill us in on the details regarding tonight's debate. So, Rob, how can we watch the debate tonight?
So this newest of the debates for the GOP is going to be televised tonight on Fox News, and it's airing out of Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, what candidates will be taking the stage tonight?
Well, for the first time, there's only 4 candidates. Donald Trump will be there, Senators Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, and Governor John Kasich. Now, for the first time, there's only 4 members, and this is because Ben Carson has declined to attend, but he hasn't dropped out of the race yet. But there are rumors coming out that he may drop out soon.
And what time does the debate start tonight?
The debate starts at 9 p.m. tonight, and it will be moderated by Brett Baer, Megyn Kelly, and Chris Wallace.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
The Pentagon is issuing an invitation to hackers. Hack the Pentagon was announced Wednesday and is an event in an effort to test the Pentagon's cybersecurity against real-life hackers. NASA astronaut Scott Kelly returns to Earth after 340 days in space. The space cadet holds the record for the longest American in space.
Coming up after the break, we will talk about a casting controversy occurring in Hollywood.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
I can't seem to save anything.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Two commentators go head-to-head on CNN about the Ku Klux Klan on Super Tuesday. Jeffrey Lord and Van Jones discussed how presidential candidate Donald Trump did not immediately denounce the previous KKK leader Jeffrey Lord's endorsement and how Trump is, quote, playing funny with the Klan, end quote.
The upcoming biopic about singer Nina Simone is under fire because of the use of blackface and a prosthetic nose on actress Zoe Saldana. Simone's daughter publicly stated Saldana was not the best choice and that there were many other African-American actresses who could take on this role. This caused fans to react angrily on Facebook because of Simone's key role as a civil rights activist.
Governor Dennis Zegard of South Dakota vetoes a bill that requires transgender students in the state's public schools to use restrooms and locker rooms that match their sex at birth. The veto allows restroom and locker room accommodations to serve the student's best interests, regardless of biological sex or gender identity. San Francisco raises their legal age for the use of nicotine products to 21 as of June 1st. This is the second largest state to raise their legal age after New York City. The legislation exists to prevent young adults from turning into lifetime smokers, according to Supervisor Scott Weiner.
Next, find out which sports icon has decided to donate her brain for research.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Yo, check out this chef, right? Right? That's so gay. That's really gay. Dude, look at those pants.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, and this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. Just saying. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Soccer icon Brandi Chastain decides to donate her brain after her death. Chastain's brain will go to the Concussion Legacy Foundation to be studied by the renowned Boston University CTE program. Instagram is changing its policy when it comes to self-promoting other social media sites. The social media giant will no longer allow users to link to their personal Snapchat or Telegram accounts on their profile.
The ongoing legal battle between Apple and the FBI continues as both organizations appear before Congress to explain their respective positions. The FBI admits that the case could set a legal precedent. Furthermore, they lack the technological skills to break into the iPhone, and so they asked the National Security Agency for help. Also, Apple admits they can unlock the iPhone, but are worried about compromising the security of their customers. Pat will now talk to us about the always unpredictable weather.
Good afternoon and welcome to your weather update. I'm Pat Campbell. Tonight, we have a temperature of 29 degrees cloudy with a chance of snow in some areas. Now we move to the 5-day. Friday, it's going to be extremely windy with gusts up to 25 miles an hour, so make sure you dress warm because there's also a chance of snow or a chance of rain that day. On Saturday, sunny with mostly clouds, high of 46. Sunday, there's actually a chance of snow in the morning that switches to rain in the afternoon. High of 46 that day with a low of 31. Monday starts to get a little bit nicer, high of 54 at a low of 41. And Tuesday, it actually gets very nice with a high of 65 degrees and a low of 48. Now, let's take a look at our weather window. So as you can see from our weather window, it's a rather nice day outside, a little bit cloudy, a little sunny, but it's about 36 degrees right now, so you still do want to dress appropriately for the weather.
So how about the snow we're supposed to get tomorrow?
I mean, honestly, I hope we don't get it at all, but it seems like by Tuesday, things will be turning around.
Looking forward to the warmer weather. How about you guys?
Definitely.
Thank you for tuning into the National Rundown. I'm Janae Fichette.
And I'm Amanda Steinberg. Have a great night.